you have to obey your elders. Calling your elders by name is rude. Or some people might just go cuckoo in Canada. Today's video is going to be an interesting one. So when you come to Canada, there are certain things, certain taboos from Africa or Nigeria or wherever you are coming from that you just have to drop when you come here. Hello everyone, my name is Dia Kola. I have lived in Canada for over 20 years. Welcome back to this side of life. And if you're new here, welcome and thank you all for joining me today. So diving right into today's video, when we come from our home country into Canada, I came from Nigeria, we bring with us all these preconceived ideas, all these taboos that we had back in our home country. So there are some of these taboos that we need to drop when we come to countries like Canada, US, UK, Europe, Australia, and all those Western countries. Or some people might just go cuckoo in Canada. So today we are going to be talking about 5 of those taboos that we need to drop when we come to Canada. The last one is the most interesting, so make sure you stick around for that one. The first one is this idea of respect for elders. Now, in my country, Nigeria, especially from my culture, when you want to greet your elders, as a female, you kneel down to greet. And if you're a guy, you prostrate to greet your elders. And you dare not call your elders by name. You don't call even your sibling that's older than you. You have to give them some kind of reverential prefix, like you call your brother somebody, or your sister somebody, or your aunties, you call them auntie this or uncle that. But here in Canada, everybody calls everybody by name, by whatever the name they were christened when they were born, and there's nothing like prefixing people's names. If you're John, everybody calls you John. If you're Richard, everybody calls you Richard. So if you have that preconceived notion that, oh, you have to obey your elders, calling your elders by name is rude, then you are going to have problems. So that is the number one thing that you need to drop. And then the other taboo that I find that as Africans or Nigerians that we need to get rid of when we come to Canada is not talking about death or wills. Like in Africa, everybody's like, God forbid. Almost like nobody's going to die. Yeah, so here people talk about death. There's no taboo around talking about death. Like people actually plan their own funerals before the time just to be sure that everything is well taken care of. I mean, here you have to plan for the time of death because there's so many things that could go wrong if you die without planning for it. Like the government could take away all your property, everything that you worked for, if you die without properly taking care of your estate. So yeah, people do talk about death and people do plan for their death. And in relation to that, they talk about wills, writing your will, which many immigrants out there don't even want to talk about writing their will, because it's like if you talk about writing your will, you are kind of saying that you are going to die soon. But no, that is not a taboo here. You need to talk about death and your will, especially if you have property. And I know we all have property, you need to talk about it, and talk about it with your children, your spouse, your husband, your wife, so that in case anything happens, everything is well taken care of. That is number 2. If you're getting any value from this video, please take a moment now to hit that like button and give us a thumbs up. This really helps the channel to grow. Thank you very much. The third taboo that I want to talk about today is when children grow older and they want to leave the house. It's almost like it's a taboo for you to leave your house, at least in my culture, back at home. It's like you have to live in your parents' house until you get married. If a child wants to leave the parents' house before that, it's like, is there something wrong with you? Are you okay? So yeah, here in Canada, 18 is when you become an adult. And as soon as you become an adult, it is okay for you to leave your parents' house and go and live on your own. It is not a taboo. And if you are an immigrant, you need to get used to that, because the children will grow up here and they will be like, at 18, I want to go and live on my own. the way I look at it is, well, I mean, I want to help you, I want to support you, and if you don't want my support, then go out and see what life is all about. But of course, as African parents, we still want to look out for them and all that. But I just want to say that that is the norm here. Then number 4, back in Nigeria, at least in my culture, if you want to give something to somebody and you use your left hand, oh, it is considered like being rude or a taboo, or you are not supposed to do it. Apparently, because you use your left hand to do, dirty things or something, so it is considered rude to give somebody something with your left hand. So you are supposed to use your right hand. Also, you are not supposed to eat with your left hand. It is considered wrong for you to eat with your left hand. You are supposed to eat with your right hand. And, I wonder about that, because in this world, there are so many people that are left-handed. So what do we want to say about that? And that causes a problem for some children. When they are born and they are left-handed, their parents are trying to make them do things with their right hand, when actually naturally they cannot. So that's another taboo that you need to watch out for when you come here. So when somebody gives you something with their left hand, don't think that they are being rude or they don't respect you. It's just, it doesn't really matter whether I give you with my left hand or I give you with my right hand. Here, it doesn't matter. So that's another taboo that we need to drop when we are here in Canada. Then, number 5, this one is the taboo that the man should never move to the woman's house when they get married. The woman should always move to the man's house. And thereby they say, oh, the woman is leaving her home and going to the man's house. And, in my language, they will say, she's going to Ile-Oko. But in this part of the world, that doesn't follow. It could be the woman that has the place, or for whatever reason is better situated, or is in a better place that works for both of them, and the man can move to the woman's house, and after they are married, and everything is fine. But there's this thing that no, it is the man that is the one that is sitting in the house, and the woman is coming to meet him in the house when they get married. People feel that, oh, how can you as a man go and pack your things and go to where your wife is? It should be the other way around. That is another African taboo that we need to drop when we come to Canada. So in conclusion, when you decide to move from your home country to another country, you should just be open-minded. So long as whatever it is does not involve you sinning against God or breaking the law, you should be open-minded and be willing to learn and understand the custom and the norms of this new community and individuals that you are now going to be interacting with, and the new environment and the new place that you now want to call home. And that would really help you to integrate and to adapt and to really fit in to your new environment. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think about these taboos, or are there other taboos that we bring from Africa, from Nigeria, from our home country that we need to drop when we come to Canada? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye.